Hello, this isn't my normal usual video that I do, but since I just finished my last conference meet of college, and it is officially the end of my throwing career so far, I might throw post-collegiate, we'll see. But I just want to make a quick summation of my entire throwing career from beginning to end. And yeah, here we go. First up, my plaque for fresh off my high school year, my first year of high school, and then I got the next year varsity plaque. I don't know what these. I forget what these are actually for. I don't know. They're for something. Yeah. And this year I got fourth in both disc and shot at my league finals. I don't know why they gave medals for fourth place, but they're medals. But yeah, whatever. And then 2016, I got the Varsity Most Valuable Throws Award. And that year I finished third in both shot and disc that year in league. And 2017, my last year of high school, got the Most Valuable Throws Award again, and my school record plaque. And I got second in shot put and first in discus. And if we move over here, these are my medals for the OC champs. The highest placing I got was third in discus. And 2015. What? Really? Oh, interesting. And then my Friday Night Lights Invitational. Fun fact about this was my last year of high school. And in my last year of high school, in the summer, I had a third-degree ankle sprain. And I didn't have an off season or anything, and they wouldn't let me lift or do anything. And this was my first meet back from the injury, and it was 3 meets into the season, and I could only stand throw, and I was still wearing a boot, and I still won. I think I stood through like 130 or something without using any legs, and I got the dub. So that's a fun fact. And these are my medals for the Irvine invite, which I finished second in shot put or discus, I think was my highest placing. And this was my gold medal at the Tribuco Hills invite. I think my in 2017. This was my silver medal in shot put for that meet. This is my second place medal for the same meet, but I think this was the year before. And then at the Trine Invitational at San Clemente High School, I got silver and bronze. Silver in discus and shot in high school. Shot and bronze. And then I don't have my fourth place Arcadia medal because they never sent that to me, but it doesn't matter because that's fourth place, so who cares? But that was a special meet for me because that was the first time I broke my high school record. And I went on to break it 5 times that season. And this is my most prized medal for my high school career. And I think I would go ahead and say my most prized medal of my entire throwing career was my gold medal at the Sac Relays in 2017 for the seated. And then I finished 8th place in the Invitational. I think I threw 163 there to win. And I just love this medal, one, because it's actually kind of heavy and stuff, and it's just really nice. And I think if I'm not mistaken, this is the bib from that relays. It was the 59th annual Mount Sac Relays. This is my Arcadia bib. And now on to college. I can say I did not win that many individual awards in college. But this was my first conference championship win. And the only one we got medals for some reason. But this was in 2018. And then 2021, I won my second one. My second conference champ. And then this year, 2022, I ended my career as a conference champ as well. I was not able to score at all of them, but my first two conference championships, I went through the skin of my teeth. I didn't really belong there in terms of distance. And then this year, I would have scored, but on my first warm-up throw, my first full throw, warm-up throw, I sprained my thumb and was unable to actually throw, like hold the shot put. And I was an inch away from making the finals. So top 8 score and top 9 make it to finals. And I got 10th place on like a hand. Like it's still kind of swollen a little bit. This is the day after. Well, 2 days after, and you can see the swelling in my thumb. It's still screwed up. So I wasn't able to actually really throw that well. I just kept palming it. I'm not making excuses, but I just want the record to show. But it was my highest placing in conference ever at 10th. And I finished top 10 in conference in shot put. This is the Big West Conference, by the way. And these are just some big meets I went to this year. I finished my career second all-time in school history for indoor track shot put. This is the MPSF, where I guess I technically scored in a conference. It doesn't really matter. I mean, it's an indoor conference and it was our first year. But I got 6th place here with at the time I thought was a school record, but apparently Fullerton used to have an indoor team like 20 years ago or something. So they managed to dig that up and rain on my parade. So that was nice. And then the other big meet I went to was the Mount Sac Relays at the collegiate level, where I threw 1537. It tied my worst meet of the season. I finished my college career with PRs of 1621 meters in shot put, which I guess is okay. It's like 53 2.25 inch or something. It's respectable. I mean, in my opinion, I guess. 47 meters in discus. That was my one regret, to never PR, because I threw that my freshman year and was never able to get it done in a meet sense. I was close. I threw 46 meters a bunch, but never got to that level. And I finished 51.04 in hammer. And then, yep. But this year, almost all the meets, except I think 2 or 3, I made it to the finals and finished top 7 in all of them, with my highest placing being second. And, well, second or third. I finished with a couple top 5 finishes too. And let's see. Oh, yes. I also wanted to say I did all this without being able to bench over 300 pounds. I think my best max in bench was 135 kilos, which is like 290 or something. It's not very good. I could barely squat 400 pounds. I think I finished with like 180 kilos, which I think isn't even 400. I think it's like 398 pounds. And then I could behind the neck jerk, split jerk 160 kilos. And then my snatch PR was 100 kilos. And my clean max was 140. So, the real big thing about this is, this was in college, by the way. In high school, I think I finished with squatting 300 pounds, like on the dot, I think. Maybe 225 in bench press. I forget what I even did in jerks. I don't know. I might have not even maxed that ever. I mean, snatch was a joke. I think it was like maybe 100 pounds. And clean maybe like maybe like 180. I forget. I was very weak in high school. My heaviest I got when I wasn't fat was like 190. But the most important thing I wanted people to take away from this is that you don't have to be the best athlete. You don't have to be super strong or anything to throw respectable numbers. I'm not saying I threw far or that I'm like super accomplished or anything. But I did win and medal a lot in high school. And I went to important meets in college. I'm 3-0 in conference, even though I never scored. Still made the teams and stuff and watched. And I never got the rings for conference because I always made a promise to myself I'll never get the ring unless I scored. So that still stands, and I won't get the ring for me this year. I also forgot, this was the bib from this year. Still wrinkled from yesterday. Yep. And yeah, but you don't have to be the strongest. You don't have to be the best. You don't have my claim to fame, I could say, was, if I had to sum it up, is that I was a very consistent thrower, always throwing around my PR, always within like 2 to 3 meters of my PR and everything. And that I was super weak and could beat people way stronger than me, like way stronger than me. I'm pretty sure I was always the weakest person in my field. I mean, hell, there was some women on my team that were stronger than me. But the most important thing is that the things that make you throw far are not strength. It's knowing how to use your body and how to throw. And you can throw respectable distances by having good technique and just being smooth and learning how to actually like throw the ball and move efficiently and have. That's what good technique is. Good technique isn't just looking pretty. It's having good movement and efficient movement and putting all the energy into the implement at the end of the throw. And I can say that at least this is just, I just hope this message gets across that I'm not trying to brag or anything. I'm really disappointed in how my career ended. I mean, nobody wants to end their career with dreams, with supposed to be scoring and not scoring because they injured themselves at the meet, at their last meet. That's how nobody wants to go out like that. But yeah, I mean, it sucks. I mean, I threw like 15:48. 43 at conference 2 days ago. Just palming it. I mean, it wasn't very good at all. But I only missed finals by an inch. But I mean, I could barely pick up the shot put. So I mean, my hand is actually better now compared to what it was. But yeah, the important thing is if you're not throwing as far as you could, I'm not saying you don't need to be strong to throw far because I don't necessarily throw far. I throw like maybe average or well, in shot put I throw like a respectable throw. It's like okay, it's like yeah, but like it's not far by any means. I mean, yeah, it's not making it to regionals or anything, but yeah, I mean, but it goes to show you how like you can accomplish all of this without being the strongest person in the room or being all that. Like you can or not athletic. I mean, I don't my vertical jump, I don't think I could I don't think I ever tested above I don't think I ever got to 30 inches or in a vertical jump. Like it's pathetic how unexplosive I actually am. But yeah, I'm not very athletic at all. At all. Like I'm not fast. I'm like I just knew how to use my body and just studied technique, studied film, just drilled and worked hard every day. Tried to work harder than anybody on the team or any of my competitors and just laid my body on the line. I threw discus at conference even though I could barely pick up the discus. I fouled out because they were all trash throws, but I wasn't going to go out like that and like pulling out of the comp, so I mean, yeah, it's very sad and everything, but the most important thing I want you guys to get out of this is that you don't need to throw far. I mean, like you can have an okay career without being strong or athletic if you just stick to what you know, trust in your coaches, trust in your programs, trust in yourself is the most important, even when you're not doing good. Even when like you think you haven't reached your potential, because I know I didn't, because even my PR throw and like my 1621 throw was flat as hell when I threw it. Realistically, if I lifted it, it probably would have gone like close to 17 meters, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think honestly the highlight of my career was when Art Venegas went up to me at the UCLA Invitational this year and said and told me that I moved very well and if I was stronger I could actually throw really far. I mean, he did call me a little weakling basically, but he also acknowledged that I had good technique and that was coming from arguably arguably the best shot put coach of all time. So I mean, I don't mean to brag, but it just goes to show you like technique, dedication, and being humble is what makes you throw far. It's not being a freak athlete, although it helps. It's not being strong or the strongest in the room. That helps, but it doesn't matter how strong you are if you can't put it into the implement or use that strength in good ways. So, but yeah, this is officially the end of my throwing career, both high school and collegiate. And yep, I hope you all learned a valuable lesson from this. And another thing I can say is just be healthy. Don't overlook the little things in your training. Put 100% into everything. Your accessory lifts, your rehab, your stretching, your warm-ups. Never skimp out on warm-ups. I can say I really never got serious injuries my entire career because I warmed up properly, I rehabbed every day, and I just took extreme care of my body so that I was able to throw every day. And yeah, my body betrayed me after, I think, what was this, 9 or 10 years of throwing, with I think a total probably a month break. Probably. Like, that wasn't mandatory. But yeah, I mean, if you're struggling, if you're young, or if you're just having bad throws or just everything, just remember, stick to your technique and believe in yourself. And I know that sounds really corny, but I've seen it where people have the potential to throw really far, but they just don't think they can, so they won't throw far. You need to have that confidence of someone that throws like 70 meters in disc, even though you throw like 140 feet. It doesn't matter. You need to have that confidence in order to progress. You can't have any doubt that you can't do anything or that you can't throw far. You know? It's just that competitive mindset you have to have. So, yeah. I hope this was somewhat inspirational. Usually not the kind of video. Well, I mean, this is not the type of video I do. And it probably will only be looked at by like 3 people. But I hope those 3 people learn a valuable lesson. So, yeah. Signing off. Sayonara.